Hello there. How you doing, everybody? World. Wanted to come on and just discuss something in this 5 minute or less video. Something that actually I was listening to on the way into the office today, and it's not completely directed towards sobriety and recovery, but it definitely has its place. And what I want to discuss just briefly is active listening and how I am trying to implement it in my daily life and how I can improve. And we all can improve, I think, if we actually sit and think about it. So I think and I'm just going to use myself as an example because I know myself best. When I'm having a conversation with somebody and I'm thinking about ways that I'm going to respond to whatever it is they're saying, or if I'm thinking about something else, or I'm not mentally maybe not even there, whoever I'm having that conversation with can pick up on that. It's very apparent, and I may not even recognize it myself, but through multiple different ways, whoever you're talking with can pick up on it if you're not really paying attention. And what does that do? It ultimately says that you're not important to me in this moment. I really don't care what you have to say in this moment. I'm somewhere else. I'm thinking about something else. And yeah. And it's not very respectful, and it's just not a good way to communicate with people. So there's a couple of things that, and these aren't original to me. Obviously, this has been something that's been discussed for many, many, many years. But there's some things that we should look for when we're trying to practice active listening. And we can't equate this to sobriety and recovery. And for you, the loved one that has a spouse or a child that is in active addiction, you can apply this. Because you're going to have a conversation with them at some point in time, and you want to actively listen. You don't want to be in the mindset of, I don't care what you have to say, I just want you to get clean and sober. Like, if you're in that mindset, you're not really actively listening, and they're going to pick up on that, and then defenses are going to come up, and you're not really going to get anywhere. So one thing is the tonality. How is it that you're communicating? What way is your tone being portrayed? Are you actually speaking in a caring, concerning voice, or is it more of a direct, diplomatic type voice? It doesn't really matter to me. I just want you to get the help. I love you, and if I didn't love you, I wouldn't even bother saying this stuff to you. So really try and focus on your tonality, your body language. What is it that you're doing? Are you sitting there with your arms crossed? Are you kind of scowling? Are you raising your eyebrows a lot? And maybe some of the body language is good, but really try and focus on what's my body saying? Am I actually listening to this person? Am I making eye contact with this person? If I'm not making eye contact and I'm looking up here and I'm just kind of tapping my foot and they're talking to me and really trying to be open with me about whatever the case is, it just shows that I'm not really listening, and they're not going to receive, and the conversation isn't going to go well. When you're having a conversation with somebody, they want to understand and know that you're there. Mentally, you're there. Physically, you're obviously there, but they want to know that you're paying attention to them and that you hear them and you understand what they're saying, or maybe you at least understand you might not understand what they're going through, but you can understand what they're saying, and making it a point to let them know, hey, I don't fully understand exactly the way that you feel, but I do understand what you're saying to me right now, and I want to try and come up with some sort of solutions here, and actually repeating some of the things that they say to you. And I have to apply that in my marriage, even with my wife. When we're having conversations, I can say, yeah, I understand, but I don't really, and it's just, sometimes it just comes out naturally, yeah, I understand. When she knows, no, you don't, because you haven't fixed it, and that's something that we have to work on. And knowing that, it's something that we work on a daily basis. Asking specific questions about the scenario, whatever the case is. If you're a spouse or a loved one and you have an addict, son or daughter, ask them specific questions about what's going on, assuming that everybody knows that addiction is there. son or daughter has admitted that there's a problem, that's a great opportunity to have a conversation, ask specific questions. Why do you feel that you have to do X, Y, and Z? What situations are going on that makes you feel like you need to do X, Y, and Z? Did something happen in the past that makes you feel like you need to do X, Y, and Z? How can I be of assistance to you? What can we do as a family to get through this? From your perspective, what do you think next steps might be? So on and so forth. Ask specific questions. Listen, actively listen, understand what they're saying to you, and then you're going to make so much more progress in the end. And you guys and girls can make progress together, and you can come up with a solution. The end result will be a mutual agreement between everybody, and it's a beautiful thing. So that was something that I actually was listening to on the way in today, and I figured, man, this is a great opportunity to just discuss it in a short format video / podcast. So hope you enjoyed it. Hope you can apply it later.